Hey guys, I'm Jitendra from BlogX and I own bloggersideas.com. So I'm with my two very good friends, Deepak Ramani, he's a domain investor and entrepreneur, and with my friend Aishwin Vikhona, he's a big time domain investor in India right now. So I will be sharing, we guys will be sharing more about domaining experiences, and we had a great chat in BlogX right now. And so I will start with Deepak Ramani. So Deepak, how did your journey in domaining started?
I've been doing domaining for the last, this is actually my third year, and I got into domaining accidentally or unintentionally. I bought my first domain for my clothing business, which was a .us, and I bought it on GoDaddy because .com was not available. Living in the US, I thought .us would work, and I didn't realize when I bought a .us, it was a challenge. Every time I would give my email, I had to emphasize that it's a .us and not a .com. But I never thought, how could I get a domain that's already been registered? After a few years being in the business, I typed the name on the browser, and a landing page comes in. I fill in the page, I get a call within a few hours, email, and I landed up buying the .com, and today I have the .com. By buying this domain, one domain, which I paid a premium price, I understood that there is a market for domains. I had no clue that the market was so big. There are events all over the world, conferences all over the world, and I was like, a domain that can be bought for $10, and I paid such a high price for it. If somebody could buy certain names, and there are businesses out there can buy those names from you, it's a perfect business to be in.
Wow.
As far as you understand how to buy, and what not to buy. And that's how I got into the business. And I did buy a lot of junk, and that's how I learned. And nobody taught me, it's just learning as you keep buying, and that's what I did.
So Deepak, I have one question in my mind. So how did you got the knowledge of buying domains and selling domains? So were you following some experts in your niche, or how did you got the idea of this?
The idea was, I'm all about names.
Names, okay.
I like creative names. I like names. I always fancy names. So that was my passion towards the thing.
Okay.
And that converted into a business for me. So I don't look at it as a challenge. It's like so natural that I can do it. It's like, if you give me a name, I will tell you yes, whether you buy it or not. And my very good friend Aishwin, he does something even different than what I don't do, which is his expertise, where he looks at a domain, he tells you, I can look at a domain without doing any research whether you buy it or not, on my gut feeling and my understanding of a name. Aishwin here researches the name, breaks down the name, and analyzes the name,
wow,
which is actually the right way of doing it.
Okay.
But I don't have those expertise, I don't have a technical background, so I just go by my gut feeling and I buy.
Yes.
And he does it the right way of buying domains.
Wow, great. So Aishwin, do you want to share something about this domaining, buying domain stuff? So do you want to share some insights here?
Sure. It was great meeting my friend Deepak here.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting. He gave me a big surprise when he was here.
Okay. Yeah.
Back in New York when I was met there, we really discussed a lot of domains in his office there.
Yes. Great.
Yeah. So what else?
So how was your experience at BlogX? So did you guys share something interesting about domaining and investing, and did you have some good chat here at BlogX?
Whenever Aishwin and I meet, we always have a great chat.
So what kind of chat? I want to know that chat. It is more of
that's
domain.
classified.
So I want to know that. So can you share some there?
No, we just generally talked about what he's buying, what I'm buying, what he sold, what I've sold in the last few months, just general, how the market is, what the trends are, because Ashwin has a great understanding of the trends, as he has a very good technical background. He understands trends better than me, so I always pick his brain to understand what he knows, what he doesn't. I learn more than I can offer him.
Wow, great. So Deepak, your main business is domaining, or you do something else?
I have another business which is actually my full-time business. I'm in the clothing business in the
So you're
US.
more into clothing right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So domaining, what attracts you in domaining? Why domaining?
Why domaining? You don't need a warehouse.
Okay. that's a great answer.
Business needs a warehouse.
Yeah.
And basically, I've always done product-based business.
Product-based business.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
great.
this is not a product, it's intellectual property. So that's one of the reasons. And I understand how it works.
Wow.
And
great.
and how to pick a name, what to pick, what not to pick. So that's one reason. And again,
I want to add in few things here.
Yeah.
Something about the portfolio of Deepak. If you're open, is it okay if I share some things about the domains?
yeah, that's
Yeah. So like about few months earlier, not few months, like 6-7 months earlier, or maybe last year.
Yeah. Okay.
He was able to analyze few things in the industry, which really amazed me as of now. Like he understood that there's a market in three-letter.co, and he was able to see something which not everyone was able to figure out. And he went ahead and he registered and bought about 500 to 1,000 three-letter.co domains.
.co domain. So he saw the huge potential there.
letter.co, and he has some thousands three-letter.co domains.
Wow.
Which eventually got a boost in 3 months and 4 months, and everyone's were amazed, how Chinese came up and they finally started buying those domains, and he was in the forefront and started handling all the offers he was receiving, though he decided not to sell those domains in that Chinese hit rush. But I'm sure he might have got some of the best offers that he rejected on the go. He said he wanted to invest it in the long run. Let me tell you, .co domains are way more expensive to renew. Like normal.com domains and other domains, you can renew them for $8-10. Here it's like $40 up to $40. And
So
now
it's very expensive.
yeah. And other than this, he has some one-word.coms like bucket.com, nachos.com.
Yeah.
These are some of the amazing domains out there. Yeah.
So Deepak, how did you got the idea of that you got an idea of buying this very premium domain bucket.com? You were doing something else online and you suddenly got into this domain?
No, I did not just get into it. It was offered to me by a broker, and we negotiated for a while, and then I bought the domain.
Wow. Great.
So it was like really, appreciable of your thought to really take that effort and pick up those three-letter.co's and how it went up.
Yeah, it was. And again, when I was buying those domains and accumulating those three-letter.co's, every time I would click the button to buy, I was like, I hope I'm not making a mistake here. Because I was still new. And I don't spend time on blogs or even the chat groups to understand what the trends are and the markets are.
Right. Agree.
Because it's too time consuming. And with having two businesses, it's just very difficult. And plus with the time difference. So I did not know if I was doing the right thing or the wrong thing. But again, I said you cannot go wrong with the three-letter.co's, and after the .com, my next favorite is the .co.
Is .co.
So I usually go with my gut feeling. It's like if I have to convince myself to buy something, I would never buy. That's how simple my strategy is.
Yes.
Sorry, I would also want to add in on the three-letter.coms. Do you still hold any three-letter.coms?
Not as many as you.
No, I'm just...
Yeah, I have a very few three-letter.coms. I have never sold. I have a three-letter.coms, but you have a pretty decent portfolio. I think your portfolio is the best portfolio in among all the Indian domainers in three-letter.com.
Wow. What
Yes.
pleasure, Ashwin. Yeah. Great. Great.
And he did the same thing. What I did in the three-letter.co is he went out and outsmarted the market by buying the three-letter.coms from only end users, directly negotiating and understanding and buying it at unreal prices.
Unreal prices.
And he did the same thing because he had the eye, he saw that there is a trend coming up, and he went out and did things that usually domainers don't do, and which is what the domainers should do by reading his book too.
I see. Yes. How to sell
Sell
domains
domains fast.
Fast.
Great.
Great.
And Deepak, how domaining changed your life? So what kind of impact it has right now?
What impact does it have? I get to travel all over the world.
You still have to, your clothing business allows you to travel the world.
Yeah.
I've been to China a lot of times for that, I know.
It allows me to travel to China. With domaining, it allows me to travel all over the world. I
Wow,
only come
great.
to India like once in 5 years.
Wow.
I came to India this time only because of Domain X.
Domain X.
So now this is happening because I'm in the domain business. Now if I was not in the domain business, I would not be in India.
Attending this event.
And I love coming to India, but I need an excuse to come. I just cannot
Right,
just come for vacation. So that's
Yes.
my biggest advantage. I've been to Macau. I go to China every month, but I don't go to Macau. It gave me an opportunity to go to Macau, and I've been to where else? I've been to Florida for these events. I go to Vegas. So you meet a lot of new people,
Yes.
and a lot of intelligent people, tech savvy, and which is not the same thing in my clothing industry. You see more glamorous people there, but not
Yes.
necessarily they're smart.
Right.
But here you see more smart people like Aishwin,
Oh.
yourself too.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
remember we met first at Macau.
Yes.
At Domain Fest. Yeah. And I still remember one thing as a part of hobby I would add in, like he loves talking technology and he loves ideas.
Wow.
When New York, I still remember one place that was what was it called? It
Port
was-
Authority.
Yeah, Port Authority
Wow.
at Times Square, where we've been talking till night 1 a.m. or
Yeah.
12:30 a.m. He was there to drop me so that I can go back to where I was staying. And
And it was cold, and it was freezing. And we were standing on the street and talking for hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
Wow.
went up till 12:30 finally, and then we left. And it was like 3-4 hours standing and talking about ideas. And so I know that he loves talking about ideas and technologies. And
That's great. That's great.
And in the morning also he came up with, saying, hey, I really got an amazing idea, let's discuss that. So I really appreciate his ideas on,
Wow.
that's his hobby, I believe.
Yeah, I love tech.
Wow. Great. Great.
It just comes naturally to me.
Great. Great. And Deepak, something else that you want to share apart from domaining?
Apart from domaining.
Yes. Something interesting in your life, your personal life. Something that you want to share.
I'm running late. I have
You're
to
running?
leave.
Okay.
I have a flight to catch. That's the only thing on my mind now.
Okay, so I will not take much time right now, so we will wrap up this
Yeah, we
quick chat. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deepak, for having been with us, and we have shared a lot of good, great and ideas here right now. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Aishwin, so much for your time, and I hope readers enjoyed a lot to know more about journey of Deepak and that how did he got entered into domaining business, and Aishwin, my very good friend, domainer friend from India. Thank you, Deepak, for your time. Thank
Thank you
so
so
much
much for having us.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.